YouTube people. Got another video working on the boat here. I bought a Ultrex to put on my boat. It's going to be replacing the Terova. Terova's great, but on a bass boat I had to go all the way up on the edge of the bow, push the release button, lean over and pull the head up. I think they're more suited for the boats that have a lower front deck, you know, on the very edge of the casting deck. So what I've got going on here is I also bought a Helix 10, and I'm going to take my 9 and I'm going to put it here on the dashboard. So I've taken the dash apart, I've drilled a couple of holes, and I've made me a bracket. It's going to sit like so. So I'll have a 9 and a 7 here at my console, running my maps, sonar, side imaging, down, whatever I want to run. And then up front I'll have the new Helix 10 Generation 4 Mega down imaging, and I'll be putting the external transducer on the trolling motor, so I have my down imaging, and then hopefully by mid-year I get all this paid off on my credit card, and I'll be able to buy the Mega 360 or even the Mega Live that's going to be coming out. So I'm going to be chopping the video up different segments, showing you my progress, and we'll see you on the next clip. Alright, so I'm up here on the bow of the boat, about to disconnect the old troll motor, and when I was at Bass Pro Shops last week, I bought some new front bow navigation lights. These are the old ones here. I got off eBay, probably, I don't know, 10 bucks. And they, I had to drill a hole in the bow, and I cut my rubber bump guard, and they stuck on pretty decent, and I had to add some glue. But if you look real closely, the material's falling apart. It's just cheap material. Yeah, it's probably China. So I bought these new ones. They come with 3M tape, but they also have 2 screw holes. So I'm going to be cutting these, running the new wire through, and I'll mount these up, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I got my new lights for the bow ran in, and I bought these cool connectors that have solder in them. So as you heat them up, the solder connection melts and it heat shrinks at the same time. So we're going to see how effective they are in 45-degree weather with 10-mile-an-hour wind. If I had a diverter on my heat gun, I think it would have worked better. But it is working. I think on the next one I'm going to use my mini torch and see if it does better. So I tried my mini torch and it really didn't work. I couldn't see the flame. It was trying to melt the plastic. So I know I'm outside in the wind, so I guess we'll go back to the heat gun. It is melting the solder. All right, let's walk around. Sorry about that. We'll walk around here and turn the nav lights on and see what we got. The green and the red's not working, so the red didn't make a connection. Because the red did work when I tested it. So we'll have to figure that out. So what had happened, I actually had it wired backwards. LED, they had to be positive to positive, negative to negative. You can't cross them. I also took a piece of angle to kind of help deflect the heat. So those started up pretty good, and I've gone back and touched the other ones up. All right, so let's bring you up to date. I got my Helix 9 mounted, cable ran, windshield bolted in, and old trolling motor has been removed. Okie dokie, so I got the trolling motor installed finally. I had to borrow my neighbor's kid to put his skinny arms up in the access hole. I actually used all 6 bolts. There's multiple holes. There's 3 on the outside and several inside. Unfortunately, I could only use one hole where the other troll motor was, so there's a few I have to plug. One mistake I made when I was drilling the holes, I took these side panels off, and I should have slid these rails off, because as you can see, I kind of chewed it up a little. But she's mounted. Here's your tiny access hole. All right, so man, what a day. I got my second Helix mounted on the console. I still got to wire the power. We got the trolling motor, the new trolling motor, the Ultrex, mounted up front. That was quite tough, but I had to get some assistance from the neighbor. His son had some skinny arms and was able to reach up in there and do the nuts and washers and hold the socket wrench for me, and we got it tightened up. So let's take a real quick look at it. So here it is. I got my vibration nut on there for the prop. Measuring for the stabilizing stick, I actually wound up cutting it twice. I had to cut another 1/2 inch off so it would go down all the way. The cable there, that's for the built-in sonar. I just bought the built-in US-2 sonar. I didn't buy the Mega. And the reason why I didn't buy the Mega is I watched a video from Russell Marine, and the guy actually said if for any reason you were to damage your transducer here, let's say you had the Mega down or side, if you damage that transducer, you basically pull your shaft out and you send it back to get it fixed. What he recommended doing was just save the money, buy the standard US-2 sonar and put your Mega down or your Mega side image and transducer on the outside. That way, if you damage the transducer, you still got your trolling motor to fish. So that actually made sense when he was talking about putting the external transducer on there. So that's what I did. I ordered the Helix 10 Gen 4 Mega down, and we're going to be mounting that up hopefully tomorrow. This is the first time we've actually had sunshine and no rain for 5 days in North Carolina. The wind's been pretty rough at times, but it's doable. But I got a lot of work done. Father-in-law helped me, which you know, he can't do much, but he helps enough. He's my little gopher to get me reentry, get me this or that, so it works. So I guess we're going to end this video. I'll make it a part 1, part 2, and we'll just knock off today. So we'll finish up. I'm going to finish up this video today, and when I do the foot tray and the Helix unit up front, I'll record all that.